YouTube? I am your host, Mediocre tutorials and reviews, back in here with yet one more video. Returning guest. Appreciate the knowledge, bro. Zay!
What's happening, man? It's your boy Zay Finale. What's happening?
Listen, we're gonna have a very honest and open conversation. You guys already see the title of the video. I really haven't given my thoughts on this particular topic, and then Zay and I started to talk about it. We feel like this is something we had to do for the people. But just real quick, Zay, you have a project.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want you to let them know about the project, bro.
Do your thing, man. It's on all streaming platforms. I go by Zay Finale. Check it out, man. It took me a year and a half to do this. You know what I'm saying? I promise you, if you listen to it, you will enjoy. So go ahead and listen to it, man. You already know what it is, man.
Listen, go listen to it. It has my sign of approval, my stamp of approval. It's good work. It's a good project. Put a year and a half into it, and it shows.
Good music, I make it. Sure. Yeah. Bad bone, red bone, like that. I just made it right back. I don't do the side chat. Hi, mom, look where I'm at. There's more inside that. She get tapped like hi-hat. Never had a Snapchat. Just like that, yeah, like that. Don't complain, don't complain, don't complain. I get none like Novocaine. No, I do not know your name. Different city, different titties, but they all look all the same. That boy good like cock grains. That boy real, he'll never change. I can't buy no winter rain.
You know what I'm saying? It shows. So definitely go check that out. I'll put the link down in the description. All right. So we wanted to get into this conversation real quick. And so you brought up the topic and the benefits of semen retention.
Yeah.
And I would say like this whole like no fat, no nut November, and you know all semen retention, like all these concepts. I would think it's relatively newer concepts, but I think through the proliferation of pornography, you know, we got apps now. Like back in my, like, you know, I probably got like a decade on you, bro. Well, I have almost a decade on you. But back in my day, it was really hard to find porn. Like it was exquisitely hard. You see what I'm saying?
We grew up with the porn right in front of you.
Right in front. Boom. Listen, you go up on Twitter. I don't have a Twitter account, but this is what I hear, and it's just porn. Like they're just like readily accessible. You know what I'm saying? So like when you have all of these images focused on, you know, garnering your eyes, garnering your attention, and it's different than TV. Like the serotonin blast of like watching a good show, like watching like a Game of Thrones, like that is not, it's not comparable to the serotonin blast that can happen, no pun intended, of like going to like a Pornhub or X videos or what have you, right? So like, so we began to talk about this conversation. I just wanted to hear your initial thoughts on semen retention, and we can have that conversation.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You know, this is like kind of a newer wave of thought, but it's actually not really that new. You know what I mean? You know, for me, I found that when I'm not busting a nut all the time, I'm a lot more focused. I'm a lot more able to kind of focus my creative energy in a way that I wouldn't necessarily be able to do if I was always focused on sexual energy. You know what I mean? It enhances you in a way. You have to understand that your semen isn't just, you know, some, I don't know, what would you call that? Like, it's not just some type of fluid. It's actually life. You have to understand that your semen is life. So the more that you retain that semen, the more life you have on the inside of you guys. And that has so many different type of benefits. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, I think like even outside of the science of what happens, I mean, even just think of like, especially for men, like, you know, there's something, you know, when I say the science, I mean the science of it actually leaving your body. Like outside, like, let's not even think about that for a second. Let's think towards like what happens after, especially for men, is we have chemicals that are released into your brain that relaxes you. It tires you, right? Like, so then not only are you getting tired, but it's also taking time away from the creativity to building something else.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and if you become to right where you're focused in on it so much that it takes up your time, then like, you know, you could be focusing in a way that's really detrimental And it may not seem detrimental. It may be like, you might look at these like, you know, these intervention shows and you be like, oh no, he's addicted, right?
Yeah.
But there's also a fine line. There's also a fine line of, you know, how much time is actually being wasted, how much of your mental energy is actually being wasted, because there's no good result of it, right? Like, I mean, besides, you know, the feeling right there. But besides that, what else are you gaining from the situation?
There really isn't.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything that is the payoff for busting a nut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. It's you know, when you say like, so the difference. So we also do the difference between semen retention versus no fap.
Okay, what is no fap? Because I really don't know.
No jerking off.
Okay.
Semen retention is literally just, you're kind of more in monk mode.
Okay.
Right, like you're not fapping as well as you're not.
Well, you know, I kind of want to put it like this though too. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like all of these trendy things like no fap and all this stuff can really kind of cause a lot of anxiety if somebody is truly trying to develop themselves in a way where they can stop doing it. Yeah. Just aim for like the first day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Aim for one day. And then, you know, once you complete one, do the next. Do the next. And then by the time you look back, you know, there's been 3 days past, 4 days past where you haven't jacked off or anything like that. You know what I mean? I don't know if saying jack off is like the wrong thing to say.
We're probably going to get demonetized anyway. But it's such an important video
you know what I mean?
that I wanted to talk about it. But yeah,
ejaculating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And just look at it like that, from one day to the next. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as soon as it's all about discipline.
Yeah.
It's all about discipline, and it can teach you discipline.
Listen, discipline. You know what I actually recently found out, bro?
What's up?
Discipline gives me happiness.
Yes.
I feel like when I am less disciplined, I am less happy. So like, case in point, not being able to control sexual urges. And then you fall victim and you succumb to Pornhub.com. Yeah. Right? Like, drinking. You know, sometimes I binge drink and I take it too far. And, you know, and problem with me when I drink is that like I can pretty much hold the same exact personality as, you know, one drink in as I can 10 drinks in. Right? So it could become kind of a normal thing, but then, you know, I'm getting a little bit older now, so my body suffers a little bit differently, right? Like, I'm in a mental fog now. If I wake up with a hangover for like 2-3 days, like straight up, right? Like, if I'm not able to hold the discipline with, you know, working out, you know, and my body starts to atrophy, I get less happy, right? Like, and I think like, I get the semen retention definition, I get the no fap definition, but I also think like, there's also just a balance definition, right? Like, and I fit somewhere in that balance definition. It's not like I need to go on these long, illustrious, like, you know, 365 days without but it's like it's a refocusing on what's important, because first of all, you're focusing on these images that are full of makeup, full of editing, full of yada yada, right? Like, so you're focusing on the Instagram version. It's like the WWE versus mixed martial arts. Like, you're focusing on the WWE version and you think that that's real, like that's reality, but it's not reality. MMA is reality. You know what I'm saying? So you're not even really preparing yourself for what actually happens. You're looking at this actor's version of kind of like what's happening. Actors and actresses version. A
portrayal of what reality is.
A portrayal of reality, and then you might want to take that into actuality. And the girl is sitting here looking at
looking up like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Where'd you see this at? But but on the other side, you know, if you in sports, what do you do after the game? You watch tape. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
But if the tape is based in reality, I would argue that it is more beneficial. But at the same time, there's a balance. You can watch as much tape as what you want to, but until you get on that field, until you get on the court and you put in the work and you put in the drills. But also the point I want to make in too is that the more that you are fixated and focused on these images, the less that you'll focus on developing you. And the thing is what are women more attracted to? They're attracted to a man that is fully developed himself, mature in his own right, rationalizes his ideas, has wise the statement that he says. And if you are unbalanced, within all of your disciplines, whether or not be semen retention or what have you, you know, you're spending too much time unfocused on the things that should actually matter.
And it shows.
Yeah.
And it will show. Yeah.
Absolutely. So listen, anything else that we wanted to embark on during this discussion? So have you been on a journey?
Oh yeah, I mean, but I've gone 2 years without any sex.
Oh,
I've done that before, guys.
oh my.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now along the journey, of course, I might have masturbated a couple times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, but it was more so for me to develop that intrinsic understanding of who I was.
Yeah, that's real.
You know what I mean? And you know, it wasn't so much that the sex was the thing that made me deviate from being myself.
Yeah.
That wasn't it. It was just involving myself with someone else, although I didn't have myself together.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I feel you.
So I had to focus on me. And I think a lot of people need to, it don't have to be 2 years, it don't have to be a year.
Yeah.
But you will see the more time that you spend on kind of internally looking inward, you'll find you have a better sense of understanding who you are.
That's real.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm with you. Was that the 2 years that you were working on your tape?
No. That wasn't the 2 years.
It was another 2 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a whole nother. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
No, that's real, man. You know, I can't
But
claim
I'm
2
sorry,
years.
but
No, go ahead.
it's discipline, guys. It's all about discipline. Like
Yeah.
I cannot emphasize that enough. There are so many people who have so many gifts that they could share. They have so many qualities about themselves that they could share, but they're not disciplined enough to enhance those qualities.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
Real.
saying? So like you know, I heard somebody say like the graveyard is probably it probably holds the most wealth because it's filled with, you know, dead dreams and things that people just didn't get to.
Oh, go ahead.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's
But
real.
imagine while you're alive, man, you put the discipline in order to kind of figure out who you were or what you were meant to do on this earth.
Yeah.
Imagine if you do that.
Yeah.
One of our number one distractions, though, guys, is sex. It really is, man. That's why
Yeah.
media pushes it so much because they understand it's an addictive.
It's addictive. Yeah.
It's an addictive thing.
They can make money off of it.
Come on, man.
Yeah, they can make
But
money.
imagine if you discipline yourself enough to be like, you know what? I'm not going to focus on this as much.
Yeah.
How many more things can you get done?
Yeah. And get done, and then also form healthy bonds and relationships with
Yes,
people
yes.
that are based in reality.
Yes, and then you won't look at women the same either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I used to when I was younger, I used to look at women in a certain way. I used to sexualize women.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But not until I said, okay, let me look at myself first. Was I able to kind of see like, oh, women are people too. You know, and I know that sounds terrible. So women, don't kill me on that. You know what I'm saying? Please don't kill me.
This is a real conversation.
But for men, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I
The
get it.
less you sexualize a woman, the more you can see her for her true self. You're not always trying to hit it.
And then you're just not getting caught up in lustful situations,
Yes.
thinking that it's
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah. Yes. And you can have a real conversation with a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's real.
You're not
bro.
always trying to get something from that woman, man. You
That's
can
real.
respect her, and she's gonna respect you a lot more too.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah.
Or you can find the ones better that are actually respectful, and you're not caught up in the
Right.
the drama, the this, or dealing with her because her blank game is fantastic. Fill in the blank.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is super real, but yeah, I feel like media enables that. Like they enable this idea of gratification through objectification.
Yep.
Right. Like
Yep, there you
and it comes off in TV or music. Right. Like through the access to porn and images. Like
Yep.
let me also guys, if you like all your social media accounts, I would suggest unfollow all of the celebrities where you know their goal is to show you their bodies. I think that's another thing as well, because even on sites where it's not porn dedicated, they're sexualizing their way, and it's making you focus in the right. Like, you know, you go through all those pictures, you see all of these comments from all of these simps, and it's just like, dog, like.
Yeah,
you
she's
know,
never gonna see
she's
you.
not gonna see you. She don't care. You were just a fan. You are a fan. Stop it.
Yep.
Go unfollow. Don't look at that no more. I'm unfollow. So the thing is like, if it's a part of your business that's a different
That's a whole
scenario,
other thing, yeah.
right? If it's a part of your business, and you know, but like at the same time, like if you just down there just liking all day and just showing love, like, you know, you got to use your time in a little bit better of a fashion.
Yeah.
You know, like after you're done commenting and liking all of these, you know, and spending time and doing it, has your life improved?
And no, you just wasted a lot of time.
Yeah.
That's a crazy thing to think about.
Listen, and I think a lot of people, you know, like on the iPhone, and I think Android's gonna be working on it too, but it shows you the amount of time that you look within
daily.
apps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Look at your analytics. Look at your analytics. How much time are you spending all of this stuff? Because I guarantee you, the people that you see that are on the top, you know, whether that be in sports or whether it be in corporate America, whether it be in music, they put in the time.
Yeah.
They put in the, I mean, there's a couple that get lucky. Like you get some with like LeBron genetics, you know, playing basketball, and you'll get some like Zay and his rapping skill that want to do music.
My God.
You know what I'm saying? But like a lot of people put in a lot more work than what you might have thought of. So use your time wisely.
Yes, absolutely. And that is the whole gist of semen retention. You know what else, bro? The less that you focus on, you know, your sexual organ, the more you can discern which women are actually there for you and which ones are actually using you just to get pleasure.
That's true. That's a factual statement. That's a factual statement.
It's true.
All right, listen, anything else to conclude? I feel like we've done this topic.
I think we touched on it pretty well.
Immense justice.
Yeah.
All right? Say.
Man, my God.
Listen, man.
You already know what it is. Zay Finale, do your thing on all streaming platforms,
Go
man.
check
it out.
Go check them out. Questions, comments, concerns, anything we miss in this video, write it right down in the comment box down below. This was a good one. I appreciate your time, bro.
Absolutely, man.
All right, and feel free to check me out on patreon.com/mtnr for more content. All right? Until next time, YouTube.